Good morning and welcome to Bank Holiday Friday. Now, apologies that this is a little bit later than normal. I did something very unusual today, I'm afraid. I actually had a lion. So God bless you. I hope that you've had a wonderful day and certainly as great a start of day as I have. The bunting is out, so please do celebrate Victory in Europe Day as we remember what has happened. I want to bring you a word of encouragement this morning, and it's from Matthew 26 and verse 36. Then Jesus came with them to a place called Gethsemane and said to his disciples, "Sit here while I go over there and pray." And he took with him Peter and the two sons of Zebedee and began to be grieved and distressed. Then he said to them, "My soul is grieved to the point of death. Remain here and keep watch with me." And he went a little beyond them and fell on his face and prayed, "My Father, if it is possible, let this cup pass from me. Yet not as I will, but as you will." And he came to the disciples and found them sleeping, and said to Peter, "So you men could not keep watch with me for 1 hour? Keep watching and praying, that you may not enter into temptation. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak." He went away again a second time and prayed, saying, "My Father, if this cannot pass away unless I drink it, your will be done." Again he came and found them sleeping, for their eyes were heavy. And he left them again and went away, and prayed a third time, saying the same thing once more. Then as he came to the disciples and said to them, "Are you still sleeping and resting? Behold, the hour is at hand, and the Son of Man is being betrayed. Go into the hands of sinners. Get up, let us be going. Behold, the one who betrays me is at hand." Jesus gave an instruction here to the disciples. These guys their eyes were heavy, literally. It's quite late at night. They'd had a meal, they'd had some wine, as we know, which was a drink instead of water. And so there they were in a garden. It's dark, it's late at night, they've got full bellies, and guess what? They nod off. Jesus said here, he said, "Keep watch and pray, so that you may not enter into temptation. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak." If you're asking me whether or not I live a holy life, then the answer is no. That's not because I don't try. Because if the question is, do I live a life in the pursuit of holiness? That's a different question. And the answer to that is yes. In our pursuit of holiness, we are told to avoid temptation. We're told not to bow to it. It's like a pathway that leads to sin. Temptation is the start of it. And we are tempted. We are all tempted. The lust, greed, anger, rage, judgment, you name it. The list goes on and on and on. We are all tempted. And if you think I'm immune from that, I'm definitely not. And neither were the early disciples. And neither was Jesus himself. But Jesus never ever followed through on it. He lived a life without sin. Even though he was tempted, he never did anything about it. And so we are taught that in a life, in a pursuit of holiness, that what we should do is when we are tempted, Jesus tells us, we should pray. We should be a people that turn to God in prayer. That's not always easy, but he gives this instruction right at the start. Keep watch. Keep watch and pray. We are instructed to keep watch. Keep a watch of temptation and over our emotions and to pray about them. In 1 Corinthians 10 and verse 12, Paul says, "Therefore, let not him who thinks that he stands take heed that he does not fall. No temptation has overtaken you, but such as is common to man, and God is faithful, who will not allow you to be tempted beyond what you are able, but with the temptation will provide the way of escape also, so that you will be able to endure it." As a people that are pursuing after Jesus and following after him, and instructed to live lives of holiness, when we are tempted, we are instructed, keep watch. Don't be deceived, and don't think you can overcome it by yourself, but turn to God in prayer, who is faithful, and who will provide the way out of temptation. God bless you. I hope that you enjoy this wonderful day, and I'll see you again tomorrow.